Welcome, ladies and gents. Penultimate game here at the PGL Americas RMR. And my God, am I looking forward to this one. coldzera has been rolling back the years. dephh, same can be said to him. This is a very interesting matchup. Two teams who many people doubted they'd even make it this far. Now they find themselves one series away from a major.
And we've got 3 banger maps as well. Starting off on an overpass. I'm so here for it. And Legacy, they're going to be starting off over on that B-bomb side. reck trying to find a couple of kills. Managed to find one and already a TK. First round now.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Numbers starting to dwindle. Chances starting to fall as well. But neck is desperately trying to bring things back in their favor now. While it is a 2v4, a lot of damage being dealt here. Swisher tagged down low. Mal's not exactly healthy, and reck not doing too much better. Reck's pumped, but they're spotted. That's not going to help. Now, dumau and neck is decision to be made. Doors closed. They're going to have to make noise if they want to double back. What do they do? They've got a minute 10.
They really need to close the gap. Really use that sweet spot. That short range element of the Glocks. Higher rate of fire than the USPS, of course. I mean, the damage dealt, as you correctly mentioned, Swisher, Malbs, 8 and 9 HP respectively. I mean, hell, reck's only on 55 HP in a pistol round. That's not where you want to be. No util to play with for, well, for either side right now as well. So it's going to be clean and fair Counter-Strike, other than the fact there's 4v2.
Doubling back towards A here. I like the play, but the limited util is not exactly going to help. Good timing of the rotation. slaxz, the only healthy man towards M80. Coming over support. He'll play in towards back dight as well. Has to hit a couple of crispy headshots here. Hasn't got a lot of support. Now spotted. slaxz under pressure. Tapping away. Desperately trying to find fight, but he can't quite do it. Running low on ammo, but he gets the support to reck. dumau will answer back. Desperately looking to get that bomb down, but time is ticking, and the chances start to dwindle too. Tap looking to stick, but the flank comes through. Yes, he gets one. Looks for more, but surely no time. Tap on towards the bomb. Fight found, but he hasn't got time to plant. Do not show your face, and Swisher will win it. M80, the finest of margins, but my oh my, dumau gave them a chance.
A 1 versus 3 where all 3 CTs were sub 10 HP. It was a single bullet anywhere. A strong breeze would have knocked all 3 of them over, but instead Swisher holding back, really regimented. Great to see, instead of just the overwhelming force pushing onto the bomb site, realizing, mate, there's only 10 seconds left. My teammates can get this kill, or I can fall back.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Not a bad start already. dumau giving his best effort, and dumau's had a great tournament thus far. He's really been stepping up in big ways, doing his roles individually pretty damn well. Quick pop here, passing, gonna try and get up close. And personal, reck gonna double down. Neck is off ball as well. And already in a matter of moments, Legacy left scratching their heads. They pop towards B, and they're instantly dropped. Now coldzera left stuck in towards short, alone as well as the rest of his team rotate back towards mid. You question now, what is the play for Legacy? What's the idea? I mean, yes, they have a bomb, but what do they do with it?
Yeah, it was really difficult, right? The fact that dumau survived last round as well, getting absolutely no money whatsoever, other than the 3 frags that he was able to find. Does afford him a Tech 9. But other than that, I mean, it's not looking great. Legacy really needs to find this kill onto slaxz here, but I think he's going to be good for it. Well, at least one of them onto latto, dumau. Looking to, well, bring us back to that previous round. It was a 2 versus 4 last time round. He was able to bring it down to a 1v1. But time again ticking low with only 43 seconds on the timer. We need to see an execute somewhere.
This is a nasty little setup on towards B as well. One playing on the railings of sight, the other just playing back on towards barrels. I don't think Legacy are going to be given the luxury of space here. Peering around the corner, an MP9 in the hands of dephh, looking to try and close this one out as time starts to dwindle, ticking away. 20 seconds, Legacy. Got to make a move. You don't want to stay alive after time. You definitely don't want to die after time either. Round that corner they come. Swisher will find one. He makes it a second as well. coldzera couldn't quite cut it. And M80, a 2-0 start. Pretty calm, pretty collected there as well. Not overextending from M80. Good to see. You know, coming towards this sort of game, it's not an easy one by any means. As we saw yesterday, coldzera absolutely rolling back the years. What a performance out of him in that pretty emphatic win over MIBR. And it goes around saying M80, he's the main man that they're probably going to look towards if they can shut him down, they've got a really good chance here.
Absolutely. They need to be looking towards some of their primary fraggers as well, though, because we saw how influential they can be yesterday. Rex, truly a name that needs to be on people's radars internationally, not just in the domestic scene. Hell of a CT side from him on, well, honestly, all 3 maps he put up numbers. M80 looking to ensure that early damage is done here, not only in the round, but in the game as well. Should be a 3rd on the board here, unless we see a bit of a miracle from Legacy. Dust touched on it on the desk, but this current iteration of this lineup has not lost an Overpass M80. Been able to beat Liquid 13-3 in the qualifications for this RMR.
That's true. And had a pretty good run, all things considered, throughout the qualifiers as well, especially with all the question marks around this M80 team. They've been looking pretty solid. And that man on your screen absolutely has. Malbs was emphatic yesterday. slaxz alarm to back one. It's over. A quick shot from Latto. Quick trade, slaxz, may I say, caught lacking. Up close as Malbs alarm to back. Granted, these pistols, we're not expecting anything all too considerable, but a couple of consolation kills will take every day of the week.
Yeah, at least 2 I think they would be happy with. 1, it's okay, but certainly not as fortuitous as they would have hoped for. It's going to be a 3rd round here for M80, and now moving into round number 4, 1 or maybe even 2 rounds late, we're going to be seeing an actual buy from Legacy.
Big question marks as well about what we get out of it. What is the play? T-side overpass, traditionally, at least in towards CS2, has been considerably more difficult than we've seen for a long time. It has become one of, if not the most C-sided map in the pool. It's been very, very difficult on that C-side to get a lot of space and mileage. For me, one individual I want to look towards is Latto. He had a really good opening kind of start to this tournament. Somebody who stepped up in quite a considerable way for Legacy. Especially over that 2-1 against Nouns. He was brilliant. slaxz opener, though. We'll find Neck is caught napping there.
slaxz yesterday in an Inferno game, 22-2, I believe the scoreline was for him individually until the second half. Hands on the AWP, and he just didn't let it out of his clutches. Finds the first kill already. dephh gonna get mollied off, but he is gonna be safe right now. Looks down, is it spreading? No, okay, we're fine for the time being. Time up. Plenty of time here for Legacy. They've actually done something early doors this time round instead of getting shut down completely.
Now with a minute to work with, they're gonna group in the direction of B. They've struggled with this before, and deph's got a brilliant move on timing. We speak about the mind behind this M80 team, and dephh, of course, is the puppet master, right? Now he's got a great bit of information. He's wrapping through. He should be able to catch at least 1 as they pop out a monster. This could be huge. Time starts to tick. Flash comes over. dephh just misses the timing, but he doesn't want to make his move. Popping in towards the site. Reck falls blind, but Swisher and Mount combine. dumau answer back through the smoke, but Reck's there to shut them down. We spoke about his A anchoring yesterday, and now we can talk about that for a B anchor. Beautiful work. Reck again stepping up on this CT side.
Instant timeout from Legacy here as well. It's 4 rounds deep into your first map on your BO3, which actually dictates the rest of, well, at least the first half of your year. Like the momentum, the mental that this will have an effect on. A lot of teams, they don't come out of RMRs without changes. I mean, let's let it be said. I mean, same thing for even majors. If you don't push too deep, I think Neck is himself. I mean, he's understands that all too well after a little bit of a lackluster performance from Payne last year at the major. Of course, qualifying, which was great. Changes, and he said he was not too sure the reasons why in a recent interview. So looking to kind of rebuild it with a new squad and really develop a little bit more here.
Of course, great news for the South American kind of region as a whole, right? You see just Payne just go through, which is sick for them. I mean, credit to BESTIA, man. That guy has been with that team 5 years or something along those lines, and always managing to make rebuilds work and stick another major for that side is cool to see. Pistols, I'm gonna try and get nice and aggro here early doors. Decent control through bathrooms, or I guess in towards the back bathrooms area. Looks like they kind of want to head in the direction of A, but they're not actually going to commit the bomb just yet.
You mentioned pistols, 1 hero rifle, and it's the scout in the hands of coldzera. Roll back the years for everyone who's been watching Counter-Strike for God knows how long. You know how prolific he is with these scoped weapons. Inspired, honestly, generations of Counter-Strike players.
Absolutely.
Is he going to be able to continue doing it here into Counter-Strike 2? That is the question. Looking for this opening pick. Nothing found as of yet as the jump spots continue coming through. I think slaxz spotted him out. Cole definitely saw him. Finds the opening kill. Got to find a second as well as slaxz. Trading straight back is Bartan. dephh on the back lines. Finding one of his own. It's Bartan with this deagle though, doing so much work, but it is Cole down eventually. coldzera not having an impact in this round, unfortunately for him. 5th on the board for M80. Great momentum. Similar scenes to what we saw yesterday against Wildcard.
Yeah, I mean, M80 came out the gates flying as Wildcard. Really good early momentum from them, and momentum's not been great for Legacy, but it wasn't, you know, to start the tournament either.
No.
Right? That pain loss, 13-2, was pretty damn rough. That's it. So we'll leave it at that. It wasn't the show that Legacy won. They bounced back well. So I'm not going to count them out just yet. This Legacy side, a couple of LAN veterans, of course, even outside of coldzera. Players who have played on that international stage, players who know about the pressures of these sort of tournaments.
Every player played at a major.
Yeah.
With the, yeah, everyone at Legacy. M80, same can't be said there. dephh, of course.
The only one.
And slaxz as well.
Oh, and slaxz, of course.
He popped up in, I think he was in playoffs. No, not playoffs, sorry. He was in qualification stages, early doors.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be relying on the experience of, honestly, the more experienced players. dephh, coldzera on both sides. Looking to them for hopes, prayers, whatever, skill is going to be needed from them. Slow round here from Legacy. Not really been able to develop too much.
It goes without saying, this gun round is so crucial to Legacy. Lose this again and the money shattered. The finances start to look a little feeble. That's where M80 just continue this snowball effect that they've currently got in their favor. Just shy of a minute to work with. Bit of information gain, but dumau's the only one spotted out through short water. So far, so good. Legacy not committed to that bomb either yet. Over towards top connector. Could wrap back down to B if they want. They're setting up for a boost here. It could be good. slaxz will fall. coldzera, second time of asking on that boost through banana, will find one. And now just looking in the direction of A, but time is starting to tick. Just shy of 30 seconds. And Malv's gonna play up close. I love this. He might just catch them off guard. Lurking around the smoke. Nobody showing anything. The bomb has rotated.
Yeah, this is going to hurt the mental of Neckiz as well if this does not go well for the rest of his squad. Great. Oh, the hold there with the backup from Swisher. 2 men facing down a monster, and they come out on top. coldzera going to be able to trade one back, but Malvs, here he is. Bomb. He's pounced. And with only 3 seconds remaining on the clock, there was no chance they were going to be able to push onto the site either way, especially with that falling down. Did he die after time?
coldzera and Neckiz both died after time. 250 and 550 in those back pockets. dumau, Barton, latto, they have money to speak of, but it isn't the same for Neckiz and coldzera. That's going to hurt. That is not what they wanted at all. And it started so well. Here you go, coldzera finding a very important kill on towards slaxz, and then it all crumbled. Dry peaks out of Monster, peaks that just didn't work in their favor and being caught on the flank by Malvs. Malvs has been a magic man for the side, right? For M80, revitalizing them, continuously stepping up in big, big ways. And it continues to look exactly the same. M80, there is a real world. They could be the only team with a North American flag at the major.
Yeah.
If Liquid win later on, who knows? If Complexity is to fall. Not looking good for the NAC.
There'll be a Canadian one if Liquid win.
Exactly.
That's maybe I think some American fans will be claiming twists a bit, but you know, would be the first major in history without an American flag.
Yeah.
Lowest one I believe was. Oh, I'm not going to guess it. I'm not going to guess it. It only had 4 players from America, mind you. slaxz, uncharacteristic miss from him, but he's good for the second swing when he takes down latto. dephh now, waiting for them to push on through. It's only going to be pistols, but they can overwhelm you very, very quick. As you can see, with the hands of Bartan's done so much work with this deagle in previous rounds. He's looking for a couple more here as well. He's laboured, but does manage to take down slaxz. 7 on the board now for M80. This is such a dominant showing and exactly what they needed coming into this one. I think if you asked a strong majority of people, they would have said, hey, Legacy should have this one on paper. But M80 with dephh leading from the front, really staying, guys, look, we can do this. Hasn't played properly, professionally since 2019. 2019 also his last time at a major with Complexity.
Do you know how insufferable I'm going to be if a UK CS guy qualifies for the Imperial RMR? Oh my God.
Are we claiming him back? Is that how it's happening?
Oh, he was always claimed. He was always claimed. My king. My king. 7-0. M80 are flying right now. Another big buy for Legacy. looking to hope to start something. Oh, it's not great. Speak of the man, as ye shall arise. dephh for the first. Barton to fall. That's not great. Once again, an opening kill goes to M80 for free. Yes, reck takes a little bit of damage in response, but it's still the numbers advantage. They're looking. Let's go in that direction. There's 3 players here playing through water. reck's a lucky man to still be alive. But all that matters is that he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the AK in hand as well. I mean, all you need is one crisp, clean bullet. We know he is good for them. 10-1 currently, 8 rounds deep. Not against randoms either. There are some hell of a fraggers on the side of Legacy. We talked about coldzera rolling back the years, jumping into a time machine and basically saying, well, it's back in the day, lads. Look at me, top in the leaderboards. A player who has won, not one, but 2 majors in his prime. And he's looking to hit that flow state once again. Oh, God, do not give coldzera an inch, because he will fire. And whiffs this time round, though.
Time ticking once again. This has been the enemy of Legacy. So far on this T side, there's a flank coming through as well, which could do all the damage. deph's in behind. dephh might get a timing, but it's slaxz to pull for 1, and dephh lines up 2. Beautiful work, and that's the round, surely. dumau left alone with no chance in hell as dephh pounces to put Legacy again 6 feet under, 8-0. And another attack pause as Legacy look like they have no clue.
Yeah, what is going on here? Because Legacy, I mean, it's almost like they're trying this old school style of Overpass, where they're going for these super late, almost Virtus Pro-esque lurks into mid, and then trying to just execute out onto that bomb site, but they're finding nothing. The time is escaping them. Guys, 20 seconds, hightail it somewhere. Don't sit back on your laurels still looking for your opening pick. If you're having to wait that long, 1 minute and 30 into the round, and you still haven't found anything, you need to go hunting, not sitting back, going for these long angle frags.
And you can see so far as well, a lot of the space that Legacy are getting is basically off the back of, can coldzera get an opening pick? Can he do something with the orb? And for me, I need to look at individuals like latto and dumau. I need to see these guys on this T side getting a little bit more proactive. They're not exactly the most self-sufficient riflers consistently, but Legacy needs somebody to change something up. latto's been struggling. neck is as well, not been that too great for him. dumau's had his moments, and yeah, so has Barton, but for the most part, those frags have kind of been impactless.
Lineups being made. Either that, or they're just staring at the lovely artwork on side of Monster. Over towards this B-bomb site. Already a more advanced position than we have been seeing Legacy in. Are they going to be able to make something of this, though? A lot of util to play with here. Flashes go in. Could be a smoke for Heaven as well. And everything's committed. dephh, reck, all just holding back. Swisher's going to be able to pick up 2. Look for the 3rd. One's dry on ammo. Oh, and it is going to be the Tech-9s doing a lot of damage here. A couple of frags picked up. But now we're just Barton left alive. And a 1 versus 3. Runs dry on ammo. Is going to get pushed by Malbs. And a 9th round here for M80 in our first half. So one-sided. I mean, we've been talking about how much this means to a lot of the players across this entire event. For Malbs, would be the first Guatemalan player to ever make a major, putting the scene on the map, man.
Yeah, do you know what as well, for Malbs, I think this guy has been so underrated for such a long time. I know he gets, you know, individual niche kind of personalities who have been singing his praises, but this guy hasn't got the international recognition that he deserves. No. He is so talented. We saw yesterday, single-handedly putting Wildcard to bed at times. My, oh my, does he pick his moments? But I've got to give credit to reck again. This is somebody who was, you know, coming in towards this team, there definitely was, of all the players I would say on the M80 team, there was probably the most question marks about him. How consistent can reck get? Talk about consistently locking down B. Mr. Reliable so far. 9-0. And you thought that first map in our previous series was one-sided. M80 right now might be the ones to one-up it. Oh my God, that's close, but Malbs gets cleared. Barton, much better, finding an opener for the first time in a long time. And Legacy might be able to work with this.
Yeah, this is more like it. This is what we need to be seeing from Legacy. Find that opener pick, giving them that opportunity to be able to execute out on the site. dephh, angle being held, waiting for them to swing into him with the backup here from slaxz, but they're slowing down again.
Yeah. It looks like they might actually want to wrap towards the B players because they've gained a lot of information here. Yes, they're smoking through Monster. M80 have made quite a ballsy call here of a stack in the direction of the top side. Swisher going to play up close. It was a 1-2 setup out through long. isn't going to get tested. The good news is they are still over here towards top site.
They're beginning their rotation, well, at least we're thinking their rotation over towards his B-bomb site, but this forward position from Swisher could have been massive. If he found 1 kill on rotation over towards that B site, it would have just shut down Legacy once again before they even got started. But now, we have a completely open B-bomb site. The call does not work out for M80. First signs of weakness now shown, but with only 10 seconds on the timer, now the bomb is planted. M80 even need to make a choice. Rotate over, try and find this round out of the ashes, or fall back. But look at the money, though. They can pay for this one. Yeah, just go for it.
Well, give this a go. Reck gonna try and come in behind. Dephh going for the big flank here. And in a worst case scenario, if you're playing Hexes, you maybe still work with it. Reck tagged just a tad. As Neckers looks for his second kill overall so far this game. Dephh just trying to be an insurance policy, make sure that nobody saves, or at least not as many as they would hope, and he might just be given the opportunity here. Neckers coming up close. Neckers doesn't do his due diligence, and he will get caught as Dephh doubles down. So at the very least, making this expensive, and coldzera, Barton, and Latto fall to the bomb. So Reck sticking around makes it expensive, and once again, Legacy forced to delve deep into the pockets just for a buy.
M80 lose that round, but the looks on their faces there, you wouldn't think that was the case, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they're now 9-1 up still, and they've completely, again, reset the economy of Legacy. Yeah. They had no money coming into that one because they had to buy and because it's been rough over these last 9 rounds. And now they've been able to, well, Dephh picked up 2, and then a couple of frags here and there. Damage from the bomb takes them all down. Bye-bye, boys. Now you're back to square zero. No AWP in play. Galil's almost across the board, and slaxz can open up another round with a frag onto Neckers. Has to fall back. Mal's about to back him up if they continue this aggression. But again, Legacy pumping the brakes.
That flash is not going as deep as they think it is and towards mid, which is why slaxz never forced off the angle. There is a pot flash that you can throw over that should catch him in towards front bathrooms. It's not. And because of it, leaving them on an island, constantly losing that fight in through mid. They drop a smoke in towards Divider. They're going to give them long control, but it's a known quantity. As Dephh sticks up close. Swisher, all he has to do is jump for information. slaxz going to play out through map as well, so he's quick on the support too. As long as Swisher doesn't overface it, they should be absolutely fine as they're starting to bunch up, and Dephh going to stick up close. slaxz with the AWP at range, waiting for the fight as they just tick inside of that minute mark. And the Malbs will play up close. Swing of the corner could be huge here, but it does get deleted. Barton will find them, but he's so low. Surely not long for this world, as Dephh will sitting close, but he's been spotted, he's been flashed, and Barton makes it 2. Now we've got a chance. slaxz will answer back as Swisher finds one of his own, but Barton's still doing all the work, and dumau will answer as well. Reck, we said he's Mr. Reliable. What has he got on the locker? 1v2 needed. There's the first. dumau's all that's left, and a bomb plant seems like it might just elude him. Tag down low. Tap on towards the bomb. He can't quite commit. He's not confident because Reck is there. What a find. What a 1v2. And M80 back to winning ways.
A, B, Inferno, Overpass, it don't matter. If he's on the CT side, Reck is doing damage. And again, another game in which we're seeing one of the sides take all of their timeouts in the first half, because we've seen so many of these games which have gone like this. You've gone like 9-1 down, or hell, even 10-1 down, like we're seeing at this point. And look, a usually vibrant and invigorated and loud Legacy sitting back and just, well, just having to, honestly, just dig deep, think what on earth is going on here? Did we expect this level of domination against M80? I don't think they did back at the hotel last night.
Reck sitting 14-1.
That's ridiculous.
Just unbelievable.
Does he know this is a qualification major game?
Yeah, what a start out of him. Seriously, seriously good. And slaxz again, we sung his praises at the start of the round. 4-1 on opening duels. And, more than half of them feel like they're off the back of Neckers alone. Peeking out through Fountain, giving him the freest of fights. Final round of the half. Do Legacy have anything in the locker here? Mac 10's out, Tech 9's out, and a solo Galil to try and save face. It goes without saying, this is a tough round to try and salvage. I think if Legacy want any chance in this game, they have to find this. They're going to flash out. They might just go off the back of it. They will, and they go in towards Swisher for 1. But Latto answers back before Reck is there again. Who would have thought? Who would have wondered whether Reck can lock down a site. Of course he can. And the Tech 9 to close it too. Reck, what a half of Counter-Strike. 18-1. Reck cannot die.
Farming. You heard it in the background. You are farming them, man. Hell yeah, he is. 18-1 in your first half, in the first map of your best of 3 to qualify for the CS2 Major, the first in CS2's history. This is the performance that wins Majors, not just qualifies for them.
Man alive, what a showing. What a performance out of M80. 11-1, they find themselves right now. And, you know, we'll go back to the veto. Legacy have picked into this map. They've made the conscious decision, seeing that M80 currently stand with a 100% win rate on Overpass, and said, right, we can take him on it. And so far, lads, you can't. It's not been good. It goes without saying, a pistol round is a necessity here. And it looks like the dreams of seeing coldzera back at the Major might be only that for now. This is not what they wanted. And of course, M80 got Ancient in the back pocket coming up next. We know how solid they've been on it so far.
This is M80's MO at this point. Absolutely decimating your opposition on their map pick. Yesterday, the pick of Mirage was Wildcards. A 13-5 victory for M80. Almost put the final Noun Cup in there and there. Barton, all completely blind, but so is dephh. The timing was not there. The comms have failed ever so slightly, but this is sloppy from both sides. What is happening here? Barton with the dual Berettas is going to be able to convert onto Swisher. But all of nothing has actually happened in this round. It's just a long fight inside of Monster with everyone whiffing shots left, right, and center. dephh is going to be able to recover the bomb with his teammate slaxz. And they're still posted up towards B, but with the time now ticking on to the 1 minute mark, there's plenty to be able to play around with.
This round is one off the back of Reck and Mouths. If they are going to win it, it comes off them. What can they do out through long here? Double stacking. Nothing gained. slaxz will spot a couple of toads, and that'll be enough for him to maybe react. Does dephh do anything in through short? The answer is no. dumau will drop him. So maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel just yet for Legacy. Not quite down and under. Double back bomb in the hands of slaxz. He's got to make a decision. Does he escape or does he get to support? Well, they'll come in through B. Flash on the corner. Reck, can he continue the dominance? There's one as he looks for more, but he doesn't get barrels. Oh, how I lied. How I lied indeed. Latto will answer back for 2. That leaves Malbs all alone in a 1v2, but a winnable one. Neckers is low and time is starting to tick. Needs to pick up the bomb and then get it down, but he can't. Latto saves them, keeps them alive in this map. Man alive, were they made to work for it? Reck again.
It's always him. He is him, literally.
Yeah.
This is the round that Legacy needed to win. I mean, you mentioned it earlier on, right? They needed to secure that final round and a half realistically to be able to have a chance. Securing the pistol here, they need to convert this next one. They need to go 11-3. They need to then build up that momentum and hope and pray that the T side of M80 is their weakness on this map. I believe history tells us it's certainly not as strong as their CT side, but is 11-2 just too much to claw back from?
M80 go for a full buy here. Now, traditionally, without the bomb plant, I don't normally like this, but I think as M80, it's fully understandable. You're getting so close in every fight. Every 50-50 duel is winnable. And at the moment, with how tentative Legacy look, it is a possibility. Neckers has a support as he finds Swisher. Yeah, lucky man to still be alive. Main thing is, though, for Legacy, finding that kill. They've struggled to get numbers advantages in their side. Might just happen here. Barton finding one. dumau, a little laboured, but to get on towards slaxz as well. Now they can close things out on the site. dephh trying to do his best. Tech 9 will get one, but I don't think that will be that. Legacy found a third, and now there's a bit of breathing room to work with. Bit of space. They know they've broken the economy over towards their opponents. They can start to roll with this. But I think if you're Legacy, and especially for some of these guys who've all got a wealth of experience on their belt, they can't think long-term now. They've got to think round upon round. And no pauses too doesn't help either.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly a pretty huge crux. Because if you lose a silly round or a round that you should have almost been guaranteed to secure, like worst case scenario, let's say for Legacy, they lose this one. They need a mental reset because they know that they should be easily committing here and converting it. They got nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
coldzera are going to be able to find their opening kill into Malbs. Incredibly influential player to find there. Is it going to be enough?
That is the question. Reck will reclaim a little bit of space as well. Joined by slaxz as they double stack here, waiting for an overextension. They might not be giving it. Flash isn't good enough. Swisher not caught, but he will be by the FAMAS. dephh goes down, so will slaxz, and it's just Reck left alone. God, he's still hitting shots, though. Goes without saying, this one, while not technically speaking impossible, highly, highly improbable, but he can do anything more. Constellation kills are great, though. In these low-buy rounds with the expectations, we don't look to do much. Maybe. dumau will drop him, and that'll be that. 11-4, but now we get the full buy out of M80, and so far, they've not struggled in these full buys at all.
We haven't seen what they can do on that T side, though. That is the... We like mentioning it when M80's on the server, the question mark. The question marks around dephh that brought us into this RMR. Completely faded away, I think. Honestly, we were calling for him to just stop the hunt for an IGL yesterday and be like, dude, just come back and play. Like,
I still don't actually think they're in a rush. If they qualify to the major, I think there's no rush look for an IGL. dephh is holding his own. I mean, yes, you know, you can talk about maybe finding a little bit more of a fragging IGL, but he's doing his job, man. Wins are wins at the end of the day. This first full buy, M80, a big tell of where they stand on his T side. Of course, slaxz got his favorite AWP out. Very good in opening duels like that CT side. Will he be given the same luxury here on the T side? So far, there's just nothing really M80 are going for. Pumping the brake and a bait out, but a user on a legacy. But they are giving them quite a lot of map control. Already out towards short water. Nobody's around there. They're grouping towards A. You can actually see a rotation coming back towards this top side.
Almost legacy-esque this round from M80. Drawing the time a little bit further down while not actually pushing too deep, respecting their opponents are the Ts, just in case someone tries to go for a bit of a lurk, things that they tried out long when they're on that full buy. Bit of a boost on long as well with the AWP in hand of slaxz. Nobody home to speak of as of yet. Neck is going to be the only holding player on the actual site, but with coldzera in a forward position along with latto, can very quickly rotate round this one. Thinking about rotates, here's dumau. Neck finds the opening kill. Once dephh trades it back, latto and dumau coming together to be able to shut down this aggression here from M80. coldzera should be good for this as well to be able to take down dephh, and now just slaxz. You're not going to beat Cold in an AWP 1v1, unfortunately. Another round on the board for Legacy, and there is the vocal cords. They've been found after the half swapped.
Been a little quiet, right? And I think, you know, for a side of Legacy stature, that's what they need. Getting loud, getting proud in terms of these rounds. That was a very, very clean CT hold. Great little double stacking through bathrooms. You got support as well in terms of that flank. Brilliant, brilliant work. And you can see what it means to them. Like we said for Legacy, it's round by round now. Cannot think long term. At the very least, starting to crack open the door to conversation. I think if we see Legacy getting in the region of 9, that level of consistency, then we can talk about a comeback. So far, gonna warrant it just here. latto could be caught on timing here. He's fighting in behind, has to turn around, and dephh will drop him. So that'll at least give a rifle to work with and an opening kill. Hot flash in the corner, nothing there. Only catch a Swisher. It's all trying to bait in fights there, and Swisher can just stay alive. He basically is holding for flanks, holding to see whether anyone gets a little audacious. And Barton gonna go poking and prodding, gonna go looking. Does he clear him? No, he doesn't! Oh my god, Swisher makes a meal out of it, but he gets the kill nonetheless. And now maybe there's something to work with. dumau gonna play in the smoke, nerves of steel, but it might come back to bite him like ships in the night. They're running into each other. dumau, surely he gets at least 2. He will look for the third, but he isn't given that. It's coldzera at range, will find one with the AWP, 2 versus 2. M80 have made a round out of this.
coldzera needs to find another one here, though. Plenty of time for M80 to be able to change the pace of this round if they wish. All the timing there. Reck just not going to be good enough to be able to find that kill. Does open up an opportunity for dephh to be able to get this bomb planted. 2 frags for the IGL in this round so far. Little bit of a scrappy one to be able to find them, and coldzera on the lurk to be able to ensure nothing else is found. If that round is converted, that's when the timeout conversation starts coming into play.
Yeah.
The fact that Legacy have none, the mental gets wrecked. They are bailed out by coldzera coming out through heaven.
Great reposition, has to be said, dropping down in towards CT. Just knowing that dephh is so unsure about where Cole's actually playing.
Oh, look at the blocks, man.
I know. No idea as well that he's running through that smoke. Credit to them.
If he only finds 1 kill there instead of the 2 that he gets before he's traded,
Changes it.
the rounds change completely. It's a 3 versus 2 then, instead of this 2 versus 2 with already tagged players. Cole can't do as an aggressive as a push as he did.
Also means as well they really probably wouldn't have had to commit that third player towards the site the way Reck and dephh had to play together there. They were so unsure about whether they needed to be kind of trading off each other. They could have actually just played and set up for that post spawn already. So yeah, that second kill, so massively important. Double stack out through long. It might get tested here. We do see a couple over towards Fountain. From bathroom smoke. Bit of util, but so far again, M80 quite tentative now in these T-side rounds. They're flowing with confidence in the CT. Not so much anymore.
It's all informational right now, this util committal from M80. Gain that mid control. Molly off the close angles. Swisher. Gonna be able to take a little bit more of a hands-on approach to information. As he pulls down the trigger and takes off the head of Barton. As he begins getting a little bit too overzealous towards that B bomb site. Great frag there from slaxz, but take down the lurking latto.
These are 2 massive overextensions, and it's cost Legacy a lot of room. And of course, also the numbers game as well. Somebody's got to step up in a big way. 2 crucial mistakes, especially from Barton as well, who so far has actually looked quite clean for Legacy. This could hurt. Pop flash is going to come around. Molotov on that corner as well. Malz finds one more. It was coldzera, and it's falling apart at the seams. A singular consolation kill for Legacy, but it's M80 who lock in map point on their opponent's map pick. And like we said, it comes down to those opening 2 kills. There was no need to overextend, and look what it's cost them.
Yeah, slowing down there from M80, actually working out in their favor for once. Previous rounds that they've tried to do it, Legacy have just fallen back on the almost the default nature of Counter-Strike, where the CTs have to hold the bomb sites instead of going for these lurking informational plays. It falls apart at the seams for Legacy. We just need to see them play a little more defensive.
No room for error now. No room for mistakes. 12-6. Legacy needs 6 in a row. That's just to entertain the conversation of overtime. Goes without saying, it just starts to dwindle from their grasp, this first map. Hobbs flash in the corner. Won't really do anything all too much. And again, another double stack in through this back bathroom area here, but a slightly different setup. Latto gonna play up because Malz does clear it. Great reaction. Latto fluffs his line to labored spray. The orbital stays up close, but Malz will tuck his head back in towards bathrooms, and that'll keep him alive. They might not expect coldzera up close shotgun orping. Something that's somewhat of a speciality for this man here.
5-7 close range. Malz falls back. He knows when he's overstayed his welcome. We've seen him lurk all over the place, pushing to get info.
They're quad stacking top side. They're rotating over. They know.
It's a good goal.
No, it's coming back. Oh, they've fallen off. It looked like they were going to double rotate over, and they doubled back in towards water.
There's still time.
coldzera could be in trouble here. Isolated, expecting to be smoked in a second, and he will. Can he get a fight before? Waiting for a pop shot, does nothing. Now they'll know he's there, and they're looking to try and find them. Bomb got to go down, 20 seconds to work with, and a Legacy on for a 4v5 retake. Not easy. As time starting to tick, coldzera going to play inside of the smoke as well. And the 2 rifles come in to join him. dephh up close towards Transformer. Wants this fight, another flash around the corner, just trying to keep them at bay. This could be the beginning of the end as slaxz is going to find dumau. Legacy, chances starting to slip from their grasp. As reck going to find one more. dephh will add to it, and reck will close it. M80, 13-6 on Legacy's map pick. And talk about a start for the North American side. What a map. Let's see what the desk have to say about that one.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there's definitely something in the water that all of these players are drinking.